the price of your vacation in regards to the local environment. Sunscreen is for your protection, right? Well, what if I told you the lotion that protects your skin from harmful UV rays contains toxic chemicals that poison sea life? It's surprising, but true. And that's not all. When you travel, you pose numerous threats to the destination's ecosystem that you may not realize. There are ways you can support the local GDP of a destination while still being mindful of its environment. I can tell you about some of the ways in which you can adjust your vacation that won't harm the wildlife. We all need a good vacation after the year we've had. Many of you might have even had vacations planned that were ultimately canceled due to the coronavirus. I was one of those people, so I very much sympathize with you. But before you get back on that $39 Spirit flight, I want to inform you that some of the ways in which you can visit a beautiful place without harming its environment. While studying the Maldives last year, I learned that while tourism is the only thing supporting their GDP, it is also single-handedly killing their coral reefs. Learning this made me wonder, how can we change? My name is Savannah Calabrese, and today I will inform you of some of the ways you can reduce your footprint in the places you vacation. Did you know that sunscreen is one of the number one things packed on a trip to a tropical destination? But you should be mindful of which brand you pack. Most sunscreens contain chemicals called oxybenzone and octinoxate. According to oceanconservancy.org, these chemicals decrease corals' defenses against bleaching. A 2015 study shows that they cause serious damage to corals at concentrations as low as 1 drop of sunscreen in 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. There are sunscreens that you can purchase that do not contain these chemicals. Their active ingredient is primarily non-nano zinc dioxide. And by visiting bantoxicsunscreens.wordpress.com, you can find a list of eco-safe and reef-friendly sunscreens. My personal favorite is made by All Good Products. Let's say you've packed your bags and your ocean-safe sunscreen. Is there more you can do? Of course. Let's talk about reducing, reusing, and recycling. In a March 2019 article by Olivia DeSmit for conservation.org, she writes that tourism in destinations that will be negatively affected by global warming over the next decade is rising. A main contributor is littering, more specifically plastic pollution left by tourists. As DeSmit states in her article, the Galapagos Islands has beaches littered with plastic that choke fauna on land. In the ocean itself, plastic bags and soda can rings pose a threat to sea life such as eels, whales, and turtles. A lot of plastic litter is washing up from other locations in South and Central America, particularly from the United States. DeSmit further states that the solution to this problem isn't by limiting tourism, we need to reduce our plastics consumption. Don't feel bad. This is a worldwide issue. In fact, many pieces of plastic found on the beaches of the Galapagos Islands still has Chinese branding on it. While there are groups and organizations dedicated to cleaning up the oceans, it's important to look inward and consider the ways in which you too can reduce your output waste. Consider purchasing more reusable packaging and foregoing plastic bags, plasticware, and other single-use items. Hopefully we can all agree that littering is detrimental. But to what degree? Is the cost of littering in Germany as high as it is in a poor island country? Certainly not. In fact, plastic pollution in one location can wash ashore on the beautiful beaches of another location miles away. Take the Maldives, for instance. This scenic island relies heavily on tourism to support its economy. So heavily, in fact, that tourism accounts for 28% of the GDP and more than 60% of their foreign receipts, according to a 2018 study done by the World Economic Outlook database. Andrew Buncombe explores the struggles faced by the Maldives in his article for the independent.co.uk titled The March of Tourism and a Threat to the Maldives. The article specifies that the Maldives not only relies on tourists to support its economy, it's also a particularly poor nation, and its only other major support comes from fishing. Unfortunately, it's my observation that due to the rampant poverty and general poor health of its citizens, the Maldives cannot afford to limit tourism or external recreational fishing. This paradox creates somewhat of a catch-22, wherein both factors depend on the other to exist. In 2007, the Maldives promoted its beautiful beaches and scenic views to visitors, effectively bringing in approximately $325 million annually from tourists. But due to the poor quality of their soil, the people in the Maldives find it difficult to promote agriculture from within, further increasing the need for economic support from tourism. While it seems as though every step towards economic growth dead ends at poor health, barren soil, poverty, and an overall inability to be self-reliant, hope is not lost for the Maldives. In conclusion, it is possible to visit places like this that need your tourism dollars. As long as you do your research and take proper precautions, you can enjoy that vacation without damaging its natural environment. For the greater good of everyone, tourists like yourselves visiting places like the Maldives can be more mindful of what they pack and what they do while on vacation. Doing small things like changing your brand of sunscreen or recycling your plastic trash makes a huge difference in countries and cities that rely on your tourism dollars to survive. So the next time you see a bleached piece of coral on a tropical beach, let it be more of a reminder of humanity's shortcomings than a cool souvenir. Thank you.